Alright guys, Inferno here, and this is a bit of a different video, not really much, well this is still related to Arcane Odyssey, but not much gameplay in today's video. So I'll be talking about this new update that, Roblox has done. Some guy on Discord messaged me about this and told me about it, so shout out to the legend of Speedrun. He's probably in the Arcane Odyssey Discord, I don't know, but yeah. He sent me this, so I guess I'll make a video on it. So obviously Roblox made a shit ton of just changes to the stuff in the last year, right? Just the classic faces, all that, blah blah. All of it's pretty bad. Now we have this one which will sort of affect Arcane Odyssey as well. So basically this is just adding more age restrictions to Roblox, right? So essentially there's going to be one version for under 9s, one version for 9 to 15 years old, one for 16 plus. So, and essentially every game on Roblox has a maturity rating, right? This is already a thing. If we go on Arcane Odyssey right here, it's got moderate, which means there's light/realistic blood and repeated/moderate violence, which makes sense. If we go over here, there's this description tab. We'll get to that more in a second. But essentially, these ratings will determine, your age determines what rating games you can play, right? So 5 to 8, you can only play minimal or mild. So you wouldn't be able to play Arcane Odyssey, but 5 to 8, it's probably fine. I don't think there's that many 8-year-olds playing this game. And then above 9 you can play the moderate ones, and after 16 you can play anything, right? Except the R18 games. But the main thing is here, right? This is still done through verifying your identity on Roblox. They might add some more stuff to that. It's not really exactly said here, but it does say if you haven't completed an age check, then you will only be able to play games rated minimal or mild, which means you won't be able to play Arcane Odyssey, right? Which is why I'm making this video. But I'm not exactly sure how because right now age verification just you should show them your ID, right? I'm not sure if there's going to be another system to that, because obviously a lot of people don't want to do that. I have done it, but I do understand when people don't want to give their information to the fucking AI bots that scan your data, right? It's obviously just not good. Now, it does talk about an age check system, so I'm not sure even if you don't do the ID thing, it'll still give you an age. I'm not really too sure. I think that is how it works, but I guess the point is if it guesses incorrectly your age, you have to give your ID to disprove that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah. And I guess what they're saying here is that their age thing is kind of dependent on the games you already play. So if you're playing a game that is a really young or really old player base, they're gonna more likely to group you in that player base. So I guess there is a chance that for most people it might not be the biggest issue, just because I mean Arcane Odyssey will probably have an older player base, but again, we'll have to see, right? But either way, the point is that with a moderate rating, there definitely will be some people who can't play the game after this, right? It's not gonna be, there's definitely gonna be some people. I have to guess, I'll say it probably won't be a super high amount, but there's definitely gonna be a fair bit of people. So if you look at the ratings here, this is just the descriptions of them. So minimal is just mild violence, unrealistic blood, occasional fear. It's the baby games, right? Mild, repeated mild violence, heavy unrealistic blood, and mild fear. I'm not really too, this is really vague, what is mild fear, what's moderate fear over here, this. But so this one's on Arcane Odyssey, which honestly doesn't make sense. There is a fair bit of violence, right? The whole game's about fighting people. Realistic blood, I'm not too sure if what counts as realistic or unrealistic. Arcane Odyssey is probably more on the realistic side, but it's not super deep realistic. It's just particle effects, right? So I'm not really too sure. Does unrealistic just mean it has to be a red circle of blood on the ground, or what? I don't know. And I guess the point of this video is that there is a lot of games that are mild that also have this kind of stuff. I'll give examples in a second. But I guess the point is that Vatex could try and lower this to make sure no one gets restricted from the game, but again, it would kind of depend. Just to give you an example, this is Bridger Western. You guys might have heard of it. It's a sort of JoJo-ish game. It's not really exactly, but this game is usually shooting people with guns and stuff, and there is definitely blood and stuff, and this is mild, so I feel if this can get mild, so can Arcane Odyssey, but again, I'm not 100% sure, and yeah, I don't know. Hey, let me know what you guys think about this. That's kind of it for this video. I get just extended to 8 minutes. I'll go over some of the new Trello stuff that just got added as well, right? More balance units, we'll go over those real quick. So Devastate got nerfed at startup and end time, and looks like a smaller hitbox, but half the height. So that's basically just pretty lower, smaller hitbox if they're above you. Blast got increased cooldown. This is actually pretty. I'm not sure how big this is for like high-end PvP, but like if you're like a lower level player, like in this doing the story, this is actually a pretty big nerf because like Blast like your only good spell, to be honest. Arcane weapon stuff, this doesn't really mean anything right now because you don't know how it works, but again, it says the weapon stat cost has been increased, so you'll need more weapon stat to use them, I suppose. Not too sure. Spirit of Flight gets a buff here, which is good because energy drain was higher than Magic Flight for some reason. I don't even know why that's a thing. I guess it's because this is easier to obtain, but yeah. Lost Knowledge increased energy usage by 2 times. That's a bit of a nerf there, probably just because to nerf against dragons, not too sure. Acumen halves cooldown for dodge reflex. That's pretty good, right? That's really good. No longer scales with magic speed, sure. And they're like standardizing the dodges, which I guess is fine. I mean, I would say that adds a bit of like variety to the game, but whatever. Non-collidable parts for barrier reflex dodges. I guess that means you go through them instead of colliding with them. But I thought the whole point was that it's like meant to be collidable, which is a bit weird. Like if you imagine like earth magic, you know, when you do the reflex, it comes up with like the earth wall, right? And like that means it's not going to be collidable. Like I'm not sure why that's a thing. Cannon Fist looks like it's been buffed a fair bit, which is good because Cannon Fist is pretty trash right now. And grab moves gives you 0.3 seconds of invulnerability to prevent cheesing with like that kind of stuff. Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.